Okay, guys, welcome back to the third episode of the series. And this episode, we're going to be doing file shares, so like shared drives where certain departments can access drives that other departments can't, and things like that. Okay, so what I've done, just start off with, if you go over to users and computers, I've just made an organizational unit for all my users to go in, and I've made so it's here, and I've made three groups, three sets of users in here: accounts, uh, IT, and sales. So just we'll leave that there for now. And the one thing we want to do, we want to, because we're going to be using, uh, we're just going to be setting the shares on the domain controller. Sorry about that. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to go to the C drive of your domain controller and just create a new folder for your share of that name. So we'll create one for all three of the departments that we've got. You can create them for yours. It doesn't have to be the same departments of mine. So we're going to create one for accounts. I'm going to call it accounts. I'm going to put a dollar there as well so it's hidden. And new folder for IT. And another folder for sales. So now that we've done that, we've just got them folders set up now. We're going to go over to, believe it is file and storage services over here. And then we're going to go to shares. We're going to click uh, a long time. Oh yeah, so where it says tasks, click the arrow, click new share. Yes, just a quick share is fine. Share location. Okay, so share location, we're going to want to browse to the file in the C drive. So we'll start with accounts. We'll select accounts. Click next. Share name, let's just call it accounts, like that. So, and then next. And then, yeah, permissions. Okay, this is kind of important now, guys. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to just minimize this a second. Go back over to users and computers, and I've made a little folder called groups, and in here you can do the same. In here we're going to right click, we're going to click new, then we're going to click group, and we're just going to call this group accounts because that's the share we're doing first. In fact, we might as well do them all right now. So we're going to make a accounts group and a IT group and a sales group. So these are what you would use to give permissions, and then you set the users to these groups. So if we go over to our users, go in our accounts, we can see Andrew Count, and we go over to add to group, and you can type in accounts, and it should show up. Yep, showed up. We've got an accounts group. Click OK, and now this user is in the account. So as you can see, members. We can also do it here. So if we go through here, we go through properties, members. We can add a member. So I believe my IT person was called Bob. Bob Griffin. There we go. Okay, let's add him. And then click apply. Okay. And then sales. I believe, what was our sales guy called? Dean Smith. So we'll go over to sales group, properties, members, and we'll search for Dean. Check names. Yep, we've got Dean. Okay. Apply. Okay. And now all our users have a security group. So if we go back over to the share wizard, we can see all the permissions that are default. So we're going to want to click customize permissions, and you're going to want to take off domain users because we don't want just any domain user, being able to access our I think we have to, what does this say now? Inheriting permissions. Disable inheritance. Remove all inherited permissions. Okay, so now you can see we have no permissions. So we're going to click add. We'll add a permission. We'll select a principal. And for this one, for our accounts, we want to remember we made an accounts group. We want to search for that. If we just check names for account, here we go. See a accounts group right here. We'll click OK. OK, and now we've got our accounts are selected. We can give them full control of their own folder. So if we click OK, and also we can give IT control of this as well, because we want IT. In fact, no, let's not. Let's just do, well, if we search domain, check names, we want domain admins to be able to access this folder. So OK, we'll give them full control as well. And then we'll click OK. So as you can see now, accounts and domain admins have access. So if we click apply and then OK, so there you can see our permissions. We click next, and then we will click create, and it should create our share. Yeah, and so we can just check that's worked. So if we go onto accounts, if we go onto our Windows 10, I am going to sign in as my accounts user. Okay guys, so it's fine now. Basically it wasn't showing up for me, but I just gave the machine a restart and waited for me and it shows up. So let's continue. So as you can see, we have mapped our accounts and we should be able to access this, which we can. Should be able to create folders in it and delete them, which we can, which is great. Okay, so we're going to go back onto the domain controller. We're going to create a new share, and the same again, quick. We're going to browse it. We're going to browse to IT. Oh, we're going to go back. We're going to browse to IT. Select folder. Next. Yeah, we'll call it IT. Next. Next. Permissions. Okay. So we'll disable inheritance again, and we will add IT. Check names. Yep, it's found the group. We'll give them full control, and OK. So apply, OK, next, and create. Why is access denied? We'll try that again. So quick, we will browse to IT. We'll select that. We'll go next. We will, yeah, next again, next. I think if you add domain admins, it should work, hopefully. So click next again. There we go. So yeah, you have to keep the domain admins in the permissions for it to be able to create the share. So we should now be able to map to IT on the accounts user. So, but we shouldn't be able to do anything in it. And if we can, that's fine. We can just change permissions. But let's just wait for that to load, and then we'll see what happens. Okay guys, so now it's loaded. It did map, but as you can see, because we are not in the IT security group, we do not have permission to access, which is fine. So the next one will be sales. So the same thing again. Quick. We will browse to sales. Here it is. We'll select the folder. And next. Yep, keep it as sales. Next. Then we'll customize permissions. Disable inheritance. We'll add the sales group. So if we check names. Yep, sales. We'll give sales full control. And we've got to remember to add domain admins. So just search domain, check names, and then we'll go down to admins and OK. We'll give admins full control. OK. Apply. OK. Next. And create. OK. So now we have sales. We will map these sales and just check that we can't get into sales on the accounts account. Oh, so --YouTube /sales $, and I will let you know when that's loaded, guys. Okay guys, so now the sales drive has loaded. So once again, we shouldn't be able to access the sales drive, so if we try, we can't, which is good. Okay, so now we have all our drives and we have our permissions we set so that only certain people can access the drives. I think this episode is done, really. We've got our drives done now. Hopefully we'll be looking at some group policy in the next update, next episode, sorry. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode.